Our programs include many languages. Please log on to our program schedule for more details. suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes comprennent des émissions en plusieurs langues. Pour de plus amples informations, consultez suprememastertv.com/schedule.
మా కార్యక్రమాలలో అనేక భాషలున్నాయి. దయచేసి మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం మా కార్యక్రమాల షెడ్యూల్కు లాగిన్ అవ్వండి. suprememastertv.com/schedule.
That's why I say love in the silent tears. Because at that time, you were so desperate to feel connection with God, to want to see the Master inside you, want to see your real self. Even if people offered you diamonds, you would not care. You would love to just sit there and thinking of the Master inside and crying. And thinking of Master, loving the Master, missing the Master, instead of looking at these worthless stones that they call diamonds.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulasese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Croatian, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Romania, Russian, Spanish and Thai. Radostné pozdravy vám, okouzlujícím divákům. Jmenuji se Zdeněk, jsem z Kasiovic z Harmonické České republiky. Česká republika, nacházející se ve střední Evropě, je bohatá v rozmanitosti a kultuře. Praha, hlavní město, je veřejně považována za jedno z nejkrásnějších a nejčastěji navštěvovaných měst v Evropě. Tato skvělá země je velká srdcem a zavedla mnoho zákonů k ochraně a záchraně přírodních krás, její fauny a flóry. Krajině dominují hornaté oblasti, horské masivy limují zemi ze všech stran. Vodní toky, naplněné vodou z tajícího sněhu a čerstvých dešťových vod stékajících z okolního terénu, jsou živé a vibrující. S touto neskutečnou scenérií je Česká republika domovem úžasné škály krásné fauny a flory, kterým se skvěle daří v tomto nebi na zemi. Je potěšením se s vámi podělit o krátký náhled na jedinečnou krásu České republiky. Naši lidé jsou vděční Bohu za stvoření laskavých, spřízněných duší, jako jste vy. Již více než 3 desetiletí přináší nejvyšší mistryně Šinghaj světlo na náš svět svým božským učením. Plně osvícená mistryně předává meditační metodu Kuan Yin těm, kteří touží okamžitě objevit boží přirozenost uvnitř sebe a v jediném životě dosáhnout věčného vysvobození z cyklu převtělování. Metoda Kuan Yin byla doposud praktikována všemi osvícenými mistry, například Budhou, Ježíšem Kristem, prorokem Mohamedem, mír s ním, Guru Nanakem a mnohými dalšími. Mistrně zdůrazňuje, že pokud máme vždy na paměti Boha, poskytujeme nezištnou službu druhým a následujeme zákony vesmíru. Dosáhneme svého nejvyššího potenciálu jako lidé a skutečně pochopíme náš účel na zemi. Nejvyšší mistrně Činghaj je mimořádným živým příkladem soucitu, pravidelně posílající materiální a finanční pomoc, jakož i lásku uprchlíkům, bezdomovcům, obětem přírodních katastrof a dalším potřebným. Nejvyšší mistrně Činghaj je velmi vděčná milovanému Bohu za veškerou finanční pomoc, pohodlí a podporu postiženým a potřebným. A za každou dobrou věc za celá léta jako pokorný příjemce pro jeho soucit a lásku k jeho drahým dětem. V roce 2006 obdržela Gusiho cenu za mír, považovanou na východě za Nobelovu cenu za mír, a během let byla poctěna řadou dalších ocenění a vyznamenána za její výjimečnou lidskost a humanitární činy. Jako skutečný zastánce našich krásných zvířecích přátel prosazuje pokojnou a láskyplnou rostlinnou stravu a s probuzením lidstva k posvátnosti veškerého života předvídá klidný a nádherný, zcela veganský svět, kde zvířata i lidé žijí v blažené harmonii. Její iniciativy šíření veganských trendů jsou různorodé a zahrnují distribuci letáku alternativního života, mezinárodní řetězec veganských restaurací Loving Hut, Supreme Master Television a také pravidelné hovory k vlivným vládám, mediálním vůdcům a účasti na televizních konferencích o klimatických změnách, ať jsme si jich vědomi či ne. Její úsilí mělo obrovský vliv na globální povědomí ohledně životního stylu, přátelského ke zvířatům a také na to, jak tento laskavý způsob bytí může přinést trvalý mír mezi národy, přičemž zachrání naši planetu před klimatickými změnami. Během let cestovala nejvyšší mistrně Činghaj po celém světě, od Ameriky po Afriku, z Evropy po Oceánii a vedla stovky proslovů a diskuzí s veřejností a svými žáky o různých duchovních tématech. Dnes jsme požehnáni uvést hloubavou videokonferenci s názvem Žít podle standardu opravdového člověka, 5. část ze 7 v pořadu Mezi mistrní a žáky v angličtině z 22. prosince 2012 v Los Angeles, Kalifornii, USA.
Master, could you please explain the meaning of the verse, Loving the Silent Tears, which the creative team chose to be the title of the musical?
When I wrote it, I didn't think about it, anything. I just wrote the way I felt. I just felt that way. Like when you're crying, you feel relieved, yeah? And crying relieves the longing emotion, the choking emotion of frustration, of not knowing God. It's so hard to find God, so hard to feel connected with God. So when you're crying, at least you feel elated, you feel unburdened, yeah?
Yes, Master.
So the practitioners feel some comfort while struggling to achieve the impossible. The almost impossible, like the higher level of enlightenment. That's why I say love in the silent tears. Because at that time, you were so desperate to feel connection with God, to want to see the Master inside you, want to see your real self. Even if people offered you diamonds, you would not care. You would love to just sit there and thinking of the Master inside and crying. And thinking of Master, loving the Master, missing the Master, instead of looking at these worthless stones that they call diamonds. Okay? That's
Yes,
what
Master.
it is. That's the way I felt at that time. Okay?
Thank you, Master, so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. All of your questions, so good. So very amusing. Any more?
Yes, Master. I have another story to share. So, two of the stars of Loving the Silent Tears one day got interviewed by Global Voice Radio on a radio show called On Air with Tony Sweet.
Yeah?
And one of the two radio hosts is actually a psychic. And yes, and in the middle of this interview, it was going well. The psychic radio host said something to the two cast members. He said, when you do what you're born to do and you're both doing it,
you will rendezvous on the earth plane with other like-minded people who had higher dreams, goals, and aspirations than everyday people dare to dream. Yeah. You will find each other on this planet, and you will find each other in a place like the City of Angels, and you will morph and transform the frequency of this earth plane, and you will take it beyond.
And that's what you signed up for. So that's what he said. And Master, is it really true, as this radio host said, that the artists came for a mission to elevate the earth?
Yes, but don't tell them. They don't know about it.
Yes, Master.
Yes, they help in their talented act to transport people through emotions to a more elevated level of consciousness, you see? And then some would remain there in this higher consciousness or go higher. Some would ponder at least about all meanings, real meanings in life, thus become more connected, more focused within the real love of heaven and within themselves. You see, it helps. Yes? But they didn't think they'd do it to help. They just do it. It's their job, they just did it. But one day maybe heaven let them know what they have done and how they help in this grand scheme to uplift the world and elevate the planet. Yeah? Maybe if they have become more pure in their heart, more vegan, more focused on spiritual way of life, then maybe one day they would even know it. Right now, maybe they wouldn't. But nevertheless, they did it.
Yes, Master. Thank you, Master.
Welcome.
We were also really thrilled and touched to know that gods and goddesses, and not just angels, helped with the recent musical Loving the Silent Tears. So, Master, we were kind of curious, how many gods and goddesses came to help us, Master?
A lot. 2,700.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Master, why gods and goddesses and not angels?
Angels are there already, but not enough. Because there are certain things the angels can do, and certain things they cannot. God and goddesses are more powerful. They have more commanding power. Yes? They can shape things. For the purpose of what you were praying for, only God and goddesses can do it better. Some angel can do some, and the God and goddesses can do some. We must thank the God and goddesses, but we are also to be grateful to the angels for their extreme protection and help. All the same, eh?
Wow, yes, Master.
Different jobs they're doing, yes.
We know there must have been gods and goddesses and angels present because it was such a huge event for us, yet everything went very smoothly.
Thanks God. Thank the gods and goddesses. Thank the angels for their presence and their help, yes.
Yes, we'll thank them. And, well, we understand who the angels are, but we'd like to learn more about the gods and goddesses. Master, could you tell us, for example, what level they are?
They are in different levels. They are from the astral levels, second levels, third level, fourth level, fifth level. They are higher spiritually than the angels. They have more commanding power, okay? They have more protection power, more creative power.
I see. Wow. Master, and how many angels came to help us for the event?
Oh, angels, so much. Why you want to know these numbers?
Curious, Master.
About 3,000.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Master.
What do you think? You always want to do things and then you don't have enough power and you don't have manpower. You always ask to do great things, but it's good. You gotta have a dream, right? The Americans say you gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how would you have a dream come true? No?
Yes, Master.
It's good that you aim high. Otherwise, I also would not ask you to do anything, because I just teach you to meditate, and that's what I ask you to do. And if you feel like inspired to do something else, if heaven's okay, I'm okay.
Yes, Master. Thank you so much, Master.
No, you're welcome. Yes.
And we were also wondering, were the gods and goddesses helping invisibly, or did they manifest into physical beings?
Both. Some invisibly, some manifested in physical form.
Wow.
But you wouldn't know it. They do it so well. They're just like you and nobody noticed. If maybe some highly advanced psychic spiritual person, maybe they would have noticed, but most even then they all focus on the program and mesmerized by the performances of the talented artists. They wouldn't have noticed if the angel or the manifested god and goddesses sit next to them.
Wow.
Yeah, many times I'm fooled too, many times I'm fooled too. If I don't notice, if I not pay attention, then sometimes I also don't know. One time I was somewhere in an outside supermarket and tried to get in. I want to get in to buy something for the dogs. And suddenly there was a person, looked like a homeless person, with many teeth missing, and the clothing looked like beggars, came next to me and asked me for 50 cents so that he can go and call the phone and the payphone. So I gave him 50 cents. And then he was grinning, and then he left, but he didn't go to the phone. And then I looked, I said, he just wanted to go near and talk to me. He was a third level god.
Oh, wow.
He didn't need any phone, nothing. 50 cents, I realized he could not call with the 50 cents.
Oh, yes, Master. Wow.
That's one of the time. There are other times as well, like somehow we couldn't find a park place, and then there was a person just keep walking in front of us, and then the driver just kept like focusing on him and kept driving with him, and then found a park place very near. And then I realized, that's not a normal person.
Oh, wow.
But he already disappeared. And I said to the driver even, I said, you should have thanked that God. He's from the third level, came to help us. Just one of those things, Sometimes I notice, sometimes I don't. Yes.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Now you know.
We love to hear these stories. It's so nice. So nice to hear. Thank you.
Master, I have two small stories also from Loving the Silent Tears. The first one.
Tell me, yes.
Yes. A fellow association member who was on the plane to come see the musical, she had a vision of the Shrine Auditorium appearing as a castle that was brightly shining with jewels.
Wow.
Yes. And in addition, before she came to the event, she also heard melodies inside. And then later, when she heard the songs at the musical, she recognized that they were the same songs that she'd heard inside before. So that's the first story.
Wow.
The second one is about one of the Loving the Silent Tears composers is Mr. Don Pippin.
Yes.
He told us that one of the songs he was composing had been a challenge to compose. And then later on, he wrote to us saying, "I think Supreme Master Ching Hai was visiting me in my dreams, for it was there that I decided to completely rewrite the song. I woke up this morning with a wonderful new idea. It has a lot of interesting phrases that keeps it fresh and interesting. Hope I keep dreaming ideas." And he also wrote, "I love Supreme Master's poem," and he's referencing your poem Initiation. "She is quite a thinker. As I wrote, I realized more and more that Supreme Master Ching Hai has a great sense of humor regarding the subject of love." So Master, based on those two stories, our question is, were the melodies already created beforehand in heaven? and were the composers the instruments to bring those melodies into our world?
Yeah, somehow, but the melody in heaven would have been more refined, you see.
Yes, Master.
They must be very good instruments then. Very good they were. Very good they were. Good instruments, yes. But if you hear it original in heaven, it would be a little bit more refined. But you see, we don't have the instruments in this world. It's not just depending on the composer and the musician. It depends on the instrument. And we have physical instruments. It could not carry out exactly the tune, the more refined tune that we have in heaven. That's all, okay?
Yes, Master. Yes, Master. Thank you very much, Master.
You're welcome.
Master, I have another Loving the Silent Tears story. Al Kasha, the distinguished composer who had first thought of the idea for the musical Loving the Silent Tears,
Yes.
wrote a letter to you after the show saying, "Thank you so much for your commitment of love, peace, and harmony throughout the world. I have received, because of you, letters from people who have said that the show changed their lives." And Master, a number of the artists like the Persian pop star Siavash Shams and Brazilian singer Fabiana Passoni, as well as the audience, said that the musical was life-changing for them. And for instance, we quote one guest whom we spoke with at the banquet. He said, "I think it changed a lot of lives tonight. I think I've just become a vegan." Master, could we know how significant this musical is for our world in terms of world peace, spiritual evolution, etc.? Has it constructively changed just those who've seen the production, heard the songs, or read of it, or does its influence go beyond that?
Yeah, of course, it's influenced more directly the people who coming in contact with it. But of course, the influence will go beyond and continue when we spread it more out. Yeah, and even before that, the vibration, the frequencies of these verses and music will carry through the whole world. You know, like radio wavelengths. People's soul will understand it. Even if their mind does not grasp it, people's souls will understand and be uplifted all the same.
Thank you, Master.
Yes, and this will continue to the next generations.
Wow.
Yeah?
Wow, Master.
Thank you, Master. Master, did the musical have a particular effect on the 16 countries that were represented in the show?
Yes, of course, they earn more merit. Yes.
Wow.
But also thanks to you, and thanks to Mr. Alcasa, because even though it's made in heaven or it's heaven's will, we need an instrument in this world to start it, to initiate it. So Mr. Alcasa wanted to make it, and you want to do it. So of course, that's how it become. Okay.
Yes, Master. Thank you, Master.
I myself would not just tell you, okay, go do the music, or tell Alcasa go write something. I'm busy with other things, but if you want to do it, many people okay together, then this is like heaven's will. Hmm?
Wow. Thank you, Master.
Okay.
Hi, Master.
Hi.
Master, with the live broadcast of Loving the Silent Tears on Supreme Master Television, so many people from around the world, knowing that it was just one show in Los Angeles, they were so grateful that although they could not attend the musical, they could experience the show live. During and after the event, many of them posted their comments on Twitter and Facebook. So I'd like to read a few of these comments for you, Master, if I may.
Okay, sure.
Master, on Twitter, Xander Fox Paw said, "Good thing that there's live streaming or I won't be able to watch the performance. Thank you from Singapore." And Christina Lee from Malaysia said, "I woke up so early just to watch this. No regrets." And Asami said, "Please come to Japan." And Irene Cornero added in, "And in the Philippines too." She added a smiley
Wow.
face. And lastly,
So cute.
Color Wheels posted, "Rays of light of hope, peace, and love, loving the silent tears. What a beautiful night at the Shrine Auditorium."
Yeah, it's very nice.
And Master, there's some posts on Facebook, the social media site Facebook. First, Mr.
Yes.
Robert Daniels, he writes, "This was an amazing musical. I cried, laughed, wanted to sing out. Thank you so much for this. It was beautiful to see so many cultures together as one in peace."
Wow.
And then Lisa from Toronto, Canada, she is the head of the Brian Jew International Fan Club. She wrote, "Thanks for making this awesome show available to an international audience through the live webcast. Loved it. Everyone worked hard and did an incredible job." And she put a heart icon.
Was it so good that people in everywhere can watch it?
It was a live streaming, Master, so people could come to a Supreme Master TV website and watch it. And so they could
Wow.
also enjoy it just like the audience on the day of the event.
Wow. That's a good job you guys done. Thank you.
And next is Lori Copeland. She's from the leading magazine called Hollywood Reporter. That's a US-based magazine. And she said, "Beautiful show on Saturday. Congrats to everyone who was in the show. Thank you for putting my name on the beginning of the show. That was so exciting for me. The music was inspiring to my soul, and I love the pure and soulful music." And then all the way from Germany, Marie-Louise Barang wrote, originally in German, "An incredible musical, wonderful voices and actors with a special charisma. Here is a musical that gives pure goosebumps. I hope it comes to Germany and I can watch it again. Greetings from Uderschlesheim, Bavaria."
Wow.
And Mehrdad Sarlak, he's a reporter for Andisha TV, an Iranian TV channel based in the United States, with millions of viewers. He wrote, "The night was marvelous," and he wrote that in all capital letters, "spiritual and ethereal for me. Thank you for including me in this journey. The red carpet interviews went fantastic, and the show and banquet defied words. Love, love, love to you. We'll be airing the footage on my TV show soon."
Wow. Wow. Nice people. Very spiritual people. So they can feel the tune in, spiritual upliftment. Good for them.
Dobrotiví diváci, děkujeme, že jste se k nám připojili na dnešní program s názvem Žít podle standardu opravdového člověka, 5. část ze 7 v pořadu mezi mistrní a žáky. Prosím, zůstaňte naladěni na Supreme Master Television pro více pozitivního vysílání. Následovat bude pořad výběr z knihy Pravdy buddhistické asociace Sanghy Bhikkhu, první část ze 2 v pořadu Slova moudrosti hned po pozoruhodných zprávách. Ať vaše krásná srdce vyzařují nekonečnou lásku ke všem bytostem. May your beautiful hearts radiant boundless love towards all beings.
For more details and to check our schedule for language availability, please visit suprememastertv.com/BMD and suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Pour plus d'informations et pour consulter le programme des langues disponibles, visitez suprememastertv.com/BMD et suprememastertv.com/schedule.
మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం మరియు భాషల లభ్యత కోసం మా షెడ్యూల్స్ తనిఖీ చేయడానికి దయచేసి సందర్శించండి suprememastertv.com/BMD సందర్శించండి మరియు suprememastertv.com/schedule.